As you can see, we have our propane tanks also in here. These are Viking propane tanks. They're a composite resin, translucent, pretty darn cool. You shine a light on the one side of them, and you can see your liquid propane levels. So you might want to check those out. They are definitely a conversation starter. They're super lightweight, and they're actually safer than metal. So there you go. A quick little plug for Viking. We're still finishing this up, obviously, there's a little there to do. And I'll take you on the roof later to show you the solar panels. Okay, let's do the exterior for now, and then we're going to go to our crew and Q&A. Come on this side, this is where the money shot is. This is where the gorgeous siding. Tell me, is that not amazing? Come on in, guys, come closer, come on in. So we have on here two different siding products from the same company. So Engage Building Products is the larger company. They do easy trim reveals. They do the quick panel system, which is the black stuff that you're seeing, super lightweight, wire grade plastic in the middle, and as you can see, seamless, gorgeous. We also have FastPlane. We had Jordan join us and Mathia, and they were the ones who trained me on how to install this. So thank you guys for coming and showing me how to do this. You guys did an amazing job. We've also got these ducts for the windows that you can see. We'll talk about more of them later. We're breezing through. And I'm not sure if you noticed, but there's a bit of an underglow on the house. I didn't get it quite installed. There's a little bit of duct tape holding this on right now. Some of it's permanently installed, some of it's just held with duct tape. But yes, this entire house gets an underglow kit on it. Changing colors, you can sync it to music. It's just too cool. Thank you, LED Lights Edmonton, for providing us our lights for the project. And that brings us full background. We're going to show you the inside and talk about all the things inside there and show off where we're at. But it is time now to share our amazing NAIT students who have been making this project possible. There have been 5 days, which is just crazy. I've had all of these students over these, what is the last 2 years this project has been going on? Because this is a community project. It is about education, it's about community, and at the end of the day, it is managed by these students and myself and our sponsors. So I want to share them with you. I want them to come on and quickly introduce themselves, and then they're going to ask your questions. So make sure if you haven't yet, put a question down below. It will enter you for a prize to potentially win. So come on over. We're going to sit down at the board, and we're going to call up our crew. Okay. So we actually have 2 teams here today. 3 teams actually. We've got our filming team, and we have 2 of our BTEC teams from NAIT. I'm not sure which camera to look at. There are so many cameras at me right now, so I'm just going to look at all the cameras. First up, I'm going to call up Nikki. Nikki is our general manager of Team Hannah. She's a superstar, but you know what? I'm going to let her introduce herself. Come on up, Nikki. Say a couple of words. Introduce yourself.
Hey guys, I'm Nikki. I'm super pumped to be on this crew with Kenton, and my job is to find sponsors and keep the ship running. So let's do it.
What you do?
Okay. So Robert has a question. What are you dying? Just want to say. Oh, wait, what's the same question?
I think it's not a question.
Oh, it's not a question.
Oh.
Robert just says, you guys are amazing.
He just wants to say
Yeah.
this cool.
Stop it, Robert.
Robert.
Stop it.
He's in Montreal, so.
Hey, Robert in Montreal. I hope you're here with us or you're watching this later.
Yeah.
Thank you for supporting us.
Yeah, you tricked me.
Give her a real question.
Okay, so Mary from Vernon has a question, and she says, when are we going to see Stargazer?
Ooh, well, you're seeing Stargazer already tonight, right? So, you're not going to see her finish tonight, I'll tell you that. We are on a very tight timeline, and we have sponsor after sponsor after sponsor coming in to get the finishing done on the tiny house. We will be finished the house, I'll just say early May, which is perfect in time for our tour, which starts in Calgary on May 20th. So we will see some finished pictures then, and yes, we will get some very nice pictures. We have, again, numerous sponsors to help show off the house. One thing I will say, about showing it off is we have a draftsperson and rendering expert, Erin of Arta Drafting, and she is just putting the finishing touches on a 3D virtual tour for you. So we will launch that with episode 1 of season 2, which is coming to you shortly.
Sounds good, and I'll see you guys on the newsletter.
Yeah.
I've been writing, if you've been reading it.
Get on the newsletter, guys. Thank you, Nikki. That was actually a great little plug, Nikki. Thank you for mentioning that. At the end of the day, guys, this is about community, how we reach you. We produce the episodes on YouTube, and we reach out to you through the newsletter. Now, that is actually the 2 things that you need to go to win the house. The house is being given away to 1 lucky winner, and all you have to do is subscribe on YouTube and fill out and subscribe to the newsletter. All this is on the website at www.thetinyhousemasterplan.com. All right, so that was our general manager of Team Hannah, one of our BTech teams. Next up, Catherine. So Catherine is our social media manager right now, our social media lead, but after that, I'm just going to let you speak about yourself.
Yeah, hi everyone. So as Kenton mentioned, I'm taking over social media. I honestly spend most of my time just making silly TikTok videos and trying to get Kenton in them. So follow our TikTok. We made a really fun one tonight. I hope you guys, everyone will like it. Kenton really shows off. It's good. All right. So we have a question from Jessica. They ask, what area in Stargazer has been the most challenging, but also the most rewarding?
Ooh, challenging and rewarding. Well, I gotta say, finishing off that siding on that side of the house, like I am a precise guy, but that is a system of siding, and it really does reward someone who is, really being attentive to the details, but it requires a lot of attention and precision. So it definitely challenged me, but you saw it. We just pulled off the film on it. It is gorgeous. So that, so far for me, has been the most visually rewarding part of the project.
All right, and then another question here from Hazel. Is it difficult and is there room to install a wood stove?
Ooh, I like that question. So Jessica is asking about a wood stove. Well, why not, rather than just talk about it, why not show you? Because you know what, it's not as hard as you might think, and we have a wood stove that's going inside this house. So cameras, follow me. We're gonna go over and just show you our tiny little wood stove. Thank you, Catherine. Okay, guys, we're gonna go show you our cubic mini grizzly wood stove. It's just little. Come on over. So I'm gonna tell you right now, you're gonna see a lot of the show in here. This is where we have, I guess, called the diary cam, where I talk about the show, what's going on all the time from this location. So you'll see a slightly different view, but you'll always notice in that view, there's this little guy tucked in the corner of the desk. So this is the Grizzly model of the Cubic Mini. It is just little. It can mount on the wall. It has little feet, so you can put it on a surface if you want, not mount it to the wall. 3-inch flue pipe leaving. It's just so small. It has a way to control the airflow, secondary burn as well. And look, they gave us little tools, like for scooping out your ash and stuff. Too adorable. Got a little swag too. They gave us a little mug. Awesome. Thank you, Cubic Mini Wood Stoves, for this amazing little stove. By the way, people always ask, like, is this a joke? No, it's not a joke. At the end of the day, if you had something bigger than this inside a tiny house, it would turn your tiny house into a sauna. You don't need that much heat. So this thing, I believe, produces 8 to 18,000 BTUs. Don't quote me, it's the top of my head. Why don't you just go to their website, Cubic Mini Wood Stoves, you can go check out their other products, including this one. So, yes, you can have a wood stove. Is it too hard to install? This one's pretty easily. I would highly recommend that you work with a relative professional. There is heat shielding to consider and how to run a pipe through a roof. There are kits for it. All right, great question. Come back on over. You'll see people in the background everywhere here. This is a live event. We've got shop staff from our shop sponsor. Huge thanks to Electric Horsepower for allowing us to use this space. They have been phenomenal. Their staff are knowledgeable and really enjoyable, actually. I'm constantly going over and chatting with them and visiting. But they let us use this space for the show. So thank you, Electric Horsepower. You rock. You'll see them later on as we show off some of the things that they're making because they do some pretty cool stuff here. That's not for tonight. Okay, next up, we've got our Team Ninja. That's what they named themselves. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I forgot.
You
because
forgot
we
me.
had one of our members was missing. Sometimes my teams have 3 people and 4 people on them. This is a 4-person team. Brett's not here tonight, but Kamal Preet is. Come on up, Kamal Preet.
Hi everybody, my name is Kamalpreet Kaur and I'm working as tour manager. Apart from that, I work helping other people in like research and sorting everything. So kind of a office manager as well.
Yes, and oh my gosh, there are so many emails, and I
Yeah.
really appreciate your help behind the scene organizing because, good Lord,
My
there's
pleasure.
too much to do. All right, well, let's go ahead and ask a question from the audience.
Okay, so it's a question by Donna. Sorry if I pronounce it wrong.
No.
So its question is, do you have any idea what the energy consumption will be for that is 4 weeks of extreme Edmonton cold?
Oh, okay. So yes, this is kind of a mixed question because you're asking about energy, but you're also asking about heat. So the wood stove we just showed you is enough to heat the space. That said, we don't want to rely just on the wood heat because it makes you the sole responsibility for making sure your house doesn't freeze. Which is fine if you live in your house, but most people do not stay in their house all the time. And yes, in extreme cold, you want to have supplementary heat. So we actually have a furnace system with forced air, which does make up for the heating of the house. With a tiny house, it depends on how your house is built. So this house has zip panels on the outside of the studs, which act like an outsulation. That makes the house extra efficient. The cold can't move through the walls. Then we have spray foam inside the walls, which is R7 an inch, and makes the house completely airtight. That makes it incredibly efficient. And then we have what is called an HRV, a heat recovery ventilator, and that allows you to get fresh air in the house without losing your heat. So, I can tell you from my experience with my tiny house, I spend on average $260 a year on heating. Yeah, right? So that answers the heating side. The power side is highly dependable on what you put in the house. So we have a 2.3 kilowatt solar system on the house and 2 lithium ion batteries to power that and try to take that energy and power the house. So hopefully that answers your question. You can get really down to the nitty gritty here in terms of power stuff, but we're not going to jump down that rabbit hole. One more?
Yeah, one more. So Janice asked a question, which specific part of the job do you enjoy the most?
Part of the project that I enjoy the most is people. Honestly. It is so fun getting to work with all these people and invite them to be part of a cool story. To be building this house entirely for free. To be manning it with all these volunteers. To showcase awesome products and teach people stuff like how to build a house. At the end of the day, it's not possible without everyone. So the best part of the project for me is honestly just getting to meet so many awesome people and work with them.
Awesome.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Kamal. All right, there's Team Hannah, and Brett is missing tonight. She could not make it. You're missed, Brett. Let's invite up the next team, get some introductions. Ankita, do you want to start?
Yeah.
Come on over. By the way, guys, if you're liking these questions, give us a thumbs up. And if you have a question, fire it into the chat below so we can answer them. Oh, let's go into introductions.
Hi everyone, my name is Ankita and I'm working in the capstone project with the Canton and the team Hannah, and also I'm working with the Nikki as an assistant manager. I'm working with helping with the emails and all.
Yeah. It's just so cool to have multiple teams of students come on because there's a lot of training that goes into getting a team up and running, and having these teams overlap allows them to mentor each other. So it's been really exciting having you guys come on and watching you guys kind of mesh with the previous team and know that you guys are going to be soon holding it up.
Excited.
All right, let's see what questions we got here from the audience.
So it's a question from Donna.
Oh, we have
No,
to
we
go
already
down
asked
to
that.
this today.
Dine. So we have a question from Dine. She's from Edmonton and she asked, will there be full-size appliances in Stargazer?
No. Tiny appliances. Some of the appliances are very small. So we have a cooktop, for example, that's just a 2-burner. We have an apartment-sized fridge. We have a compact washing machine. It's still a washing machine, but it's not your gigantic one. We have no dishwasher. So I think that more or less answers your question. No oven either. So it's not for everyone. This house is meant to go on the road and meant to operate very slimly, so to say. Maybe there's room for modification if you really want to. But then you lose your cabinets. You wouldn't have space for your stuff in your kitchen. Yeah. One more? Yeah, one more.
Okay, so it's from Cheryl. Would your living wall be medical plant or just decorative?
Okay, so Cheryl, the living wall. Now, Cheryl's asking this question because she's an audience member, and she saw that we asked the audience on the newsletter about should we have a living wall in the house. We actually have a sponsor who might be giving us a slat system to hang plants on the wall. And we're very excited to showcase them in due time. But we asked the audience, hey, are we going overkill here? We're just packing things into the house. And so she's asking, you know, if you want to do that edible wall, are you going to do it?
Just for the plant or decorative?
Yeah, so here's what I think. It's just speculative at this point because we haven't designed it yet. We'll do both. And the reason why is you have a turnover in your edible plants. You know, you got your lettuce and you're snipping it and your stuff dies after a while. Well, you don't want to have a blank wall. So I like the idea of mixing in some plants that will be sticking around, some succulents, some hardy plants, and then we'll also have spots where we'll have some edible plants. So a mix would be what I would go for. Yeah.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Ankita.
Thank you so much.
All right, we got 2 more team members to introduce you tonight. June, do you want to come on up? You ready? Put you on the spot, eh? Come on up.
Hey everyone, I'm June. I'm the social media manager in training. So Catherine, I'll be taking over her role in the future, and our team Ninja will also do some of the tour arrangement later. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and ask a question or two. Oh, we asked that one already.
So that's not.
Joan.
Sorry. So Joan asked if when Stargazer travels across Canada with plant walls installed, will it
Survive the hot.
survive the high and the cold temperature and possible
Bumpy roads.
bumpy roads?
We got handwriting on here. I'm very nice.
Bumpy road
And extreme temperatures.
and extreme temperatures.
Okay, so yes, extreme temperatures and vibration. Yes, the plant wall will be able to survive that just fine. And let me tell you why. We have an amazing suspension system from Timbren underneath the trailer of the house. So this thing actually absorbs vibration as an ion rubber spring. So as this thing's going down the road, it takes out that vibration. Secondly, we have spray foam in the walls, and the spray foam also helps absorb any vibration. So this thing is going to just glide down the road. So that's a great question, and hopefully that's an informative answer.
Yeah. Do you want me to do another one?
We have a whole other list of questions, so let's go ahead and super out. Do another one.
Okay. So Courtney from Edmonton asked, what is your favorite feature in this tiny house?
Ooh, okay, my favorite feature in the house is, you're in for a treat still. It's still to come. It's the bathroom. That's the favorite room. And the feature which I'm really excited about is an infinity mirror. So you have a one-way mirror and a two-way mirror, and you have a light source in the middle between them. How a one-way mirror works is, as long as there's light on the one side, you can see through. So what ends up happening is this light will reflect in between the two mirrors back and forth into infinity. And from below, you're looking up into it, and it's going to turn the bathroom ceiling into a night sky.
Yeah,
So
that's cool.
the house is called Stargazer for 3 different reasons, and that's one of them. And I'm going to leave the other 2 as foreshadowing.
Okay.
Thank you, June.
Thank you.
All right, Navdeep, come on up. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Navdeep, and I'll get you ask a question.
Hello everyone, I am Navdeep Kaur. I'm being the part of the Tiny House Master Plan from January, so I'm working with Kamal Prem here on tour assessment.
Yes, fantastic.
So, first question is asked by Kimberly. I hope he is recording this night to share later. I would love to attend, but I have a recording. Oh, it's not a question.
Yes, we are recording.
Yeah, there's a hidden question.
Okay.
yes, and yes. So it has a bathtub and it has a shower. So I want to go and actually show you in the house. We'll do that when we take you for a little tour on the inside. It's not done yet. You'll be able to see what I'm talking about there. But I'll give you a quick description. We have a raised floor in the tiny house. And where you're in the bathroom, it drops down into that space. So you have a tub built into the floor. So we have a Japanese soaker tub, essentially, in the bathroom. There is a grate that goes on top of it, so if you want to, you just shower and the water will pass through the grate and go into the tub and drain. So you actually have both in this tiny house. And then you asked about the blueprints. We don't have the exact top-down blueprints available to the public just yet, and that's because there's constantly little changes that are happening. But as I said a little bit earlier, we have a virtual tour of the house, so you can walk through on your phone, sliding through, moving through the whole house, and that is going to be released along with episode 1 of season 2 in a few weeks. Thank you so much, Oodle Noodle, for keeping our team fed. I really do appreciate you guys both for the quality of your food, but also for being an Edmonton local company. I've eaten your food numerous times while I was living in Edmonton. It's really nice to actually taste it again. Now we've got some hats to give away, nudes, and we've got some t-shirts to give away. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take our question list. And we actually have more questions. You know what, we're going to save them because I got so many things to show you tonight. I don't want to bombard you with more and more questions. We'll come back to the ones that were left here. And if you have questions, make sure to fire them down in the comments below. And we'll be sure to answer them as we come to them in the night. But for now, let's do one of our giveaways. So we're going to start with one of our t-shirts. Alex, you have won a hat from Oodle Noodle. That's number 1. We're going to save the second one for later. We got to do multiple rounds of giveaways, right? T-shirt number 1. Shannon. I was asking about the bathtub and the shower. We have a t-shirt for you. So we'll be in touch. You guys did submit these questions to the form, so if you got your email, so we'll send you an email, confirmation after the point, say, hey, we've got this for you, let's meet up. Maybe we can have you meet up here. We'll see. Next t-shirt, we're going to go to the previous list. And we have Joan E. She was asking about the plant wall being transported across to Canada. We got a t-shirt for you. And one more t-shirt. Jessica. She was asking about what area of Stargaze is the most challenging so far. We have a t-shirt for you. I'm going to give one last prize away, and that is actually going to go to my choice question. So my choice question was about the wood stove. Where are you, wood stove? Energy consumption, energy appliance, animal plants, travel, tub, shower, reading one thing, share later. Oh my gosh, we have it on here somewhere. Ah, here it is. Hazel. Is it difficult, and is there room to install a wood stove? I have a special prize for you tonight. I have one other extra big giveaway to do, but I am going to be giving you a free ticket to one of our concert events that we're doing with the Tiny House across the country. Now, if you are new here and you don't know what the Tiny House Master Plan is all about, let me give you a quick overview. We are building a state-of-the-art house. We're doing that with sponsors and students to do it for free. We're documenting the whole journey as a docu-series, so you can be educated and entertained on this project, for how a house works, how it goes together, and how we accomplish this crazy feat that we're doing. We then take that finished tiny house and we take it for a tour across Canada. We go to 11 different cities, delivering concert events and educational events. And we do that because the house is equipped with a drop-down stage, FM transmitter, sound systems, and light systems. This allows us to pull into any open space, drop the stage, and deliver a concert using local musicians in every city we go to. That's season 3 of the show, by the way, so stay tuned.
So Jessica won the red shirt.
Yeah.
She said, "Oh yeah, I love red. Thank you." She's logged in, so say hi to Jessica.
Thank you, Jessica. Glad you're here. You're joining us tonight. So yes, I gave away Jessica. It's awesome that you're here with us right now, and I'm giving you a comp ticket for the concert events. So you can pick your city. Make sure to go to the Tiny House Master Plan website, and you can see the list of workshops and cities there. That is also where the concerts will be going to. Oh, look at this. We got the live stream right there.
Oh, you can see
Beautiful. We got lots of comments. Awesome. You guys rock. I haven't done one of these live streams before like this, so this is a new experience. Thanks for giving it a like if you're enjoying along, guys. Okay. That's enough for questions for now. I think it's time to take you for a little tour. You want to see the inside of the house?
Yeah, look at all those thumbs
Oh yeah, of course they do.
Yeah.
Okay guys, come and join me. We're gonna take you for a little tour inside the house, and then we're gonna come back and we're gonna continue to answer some more questions, and we'll go from there. Okay, come cameras. Okay, so we showed you the exterior of the house already. Showed you the one side with the quick panel, the side of the quick panel, the fast plane. This is where the stage wall goes. So we have an anonymous sponsor who's providing that, and we're very excited to have it installed. Right now it's awesome because it leaves this all open for us to get in and show off everything. So right now, obviously, you can see we have a screen here to hide the view. But come on, you can see underneath. You can see what's going on here. It's not, there's tons of finishing details to be seen, but nonetheless, I can take you for a tour to help you feel the space, because this is a cool time to see some of the rough-ins, the spray foam of the walls before we start putting up our interior plywood. So come on in. We're going to go around to the front door. I'm going to take you room by room through the house. Our super functional water system. Yeah, no worries.
You can give it to me. Alright, let's go ahead and I'm going to pass that back to you. It's easier for me to point at stuff and to see. Well, you get a little further away. So back away a little bit so they can see things. Alright, so you saw the front door. That's where we came in, right? You can imagine coming in the front door, and you are in the grand living room. We have a couch and table system here. We have a dining area and breakfast bar here, which is an extension of the kitchen. So you can actually be cooking and prepping in your kitchen and facing this whole space, which is your living area. Now there's lots of people here to mention, and up and coming awesome stuff to show you on the show. We have a couch system from Farage Furniture and Upholstery. They are making a couch system which goes on either end here, and not only is it a couch, it's got storage built in with cushions, and those cushions go on top of the table, which is hydraulic, by the way. And that thing lowers, the cushions go on top, and this whole area becomes a queen-size bed. So this is your secondary area for sleeping, but it's also your dining area, and it's also your living room. How many things can you pack in a tiny house? Well, you gotta make multifunctional furniture to make the most of it. As you can see, there is a cavity there. That is actually what I call more of a James Bond wall area. There'll be a pop-click system here with magnets, and you actually get access to this space through cabinet doors that aren't quite clear that they might be cabinets. So this is where you can store your, well, if it was me, board games, anything else that you'd be using right here at the big dining table. So there you go. This is the living room. Let's actually just flip around here, and I'll show you from the living room the rest of the house. Okay, so the kitchen system is actually a big T. That's a countertop. And we have Unicon providing the materials. Rock Unicon, thank you for being one of our early big supporters of the project. And Phoenix Concrete Works, a local artisan who makes artisan concrete projects. Now I know what you're thinking. You might be going, what the heck? Concrete? Why would you put concrete in a tiny house? Well, let me tell you. There is a product you can put in it called Paraver, that is like Rice Krispies, but glass.
and it allows you to reduce your weight of your concrete by almost 50%. So by reinforcing with some fibers and adding this pour-outer mix to it, we actually get much closer to a dense hardwood in terms of weight. So we have a countertop system which goes here, a T part that goes right here. So I'm actually like on top of the counter right now, and actually the wood stove that you saw earlier goes right here, right in the middle of this T section. The breakfast bar is therefore right here. You can eat and be at the countertop here. And here in the kitchen, you would be using that space as your prep space. So you've got this space to be actually doing your work, this spot to be in your kitchen sink, this spot to be at your cooktop, and then beside it is your fridge. So you have a U-shaped kitchen right here, which faces the rest of the great room.
Got a question from the audience.
Okay, bring it on, questions. I love them. Put your questions down below, guys. Nikki's gonna go ahead.
Jessica, new girl. She wants to know if there's lights in the tub, because that would be really relaxing.
We'll look into it. No promises. I will hint at something, and you'll have to go check this out. I'm not sure if it's on Phoenix Concrete Works website, but he did show me a way you can put fiber optic cords through the concrete. And so what happens then is you shine a light at the other end, wherever your light source is, and you have all these pinpricks of light in your concrete. I mean, that would be pretty cool, but that was a very, well, we'll see what Simon says of Phoenix Concrete Works. I'm not sure if it's possible to put into our tub. We can ask, though. All right, so that's the kitchen. Thank you, Jessica, for the extra question. Keep them coming, guys. We like your questions. We have a hallway that goes beside the fridge right here, and this leads us to the door. So there's a door that slides right here, and it's actually made from acrylic panel. Super thin, lightweight, easy to clean, translucent material, and we're getting it in the color of teal. That allows us to actually have a super thin wall that allows the light from this big window to carry into the bathroom when there's no windows in the bathroom. So this door slides open. You have a composting toilet right there. You have a washing machine with a sink on top. And then, the Japanese soaker tub. So you can see we have the cutout in the floor. You can see the lights glowing through. That's from the underglow kit on the house. It has to come up over the wheel wells. But you can see this is a pretty darn spacious tub. There's a lot of room here. Tons. Like you can't stretch out your legs, but otherwise you can fully soak here. And again, sometimes you just got to make do with what you got. So we are using the wheel well. Wheel wells are often an issue in a tiny house design because you want to bring them into the house assembly to get your house lower. If you build a deck over trailer, you lose precious headspace. So by lowering your deck and bringing your square wheel wells into your home, you can build around them and use them maybe. So in my tiny house, that is actually a spot where you put your feet up and a place that's built into storage. In this one, it's underneath the floor, so we don't even see it, but the actual seat for in the Japanese soaker tub, what I'm sitting on right now, it's going to be insulated, and this will be where you sit. So you can sit and soak here in your tub and relax. And there you go, a very, very small bathroom. We're talking from here to here. Like I can touch both walls. So that's the bathroom. Let's go back out the door.
And the mirror.
Oh, there's a mirror.
Got
Come on,
mirror.
come on, I'll show you this. So there's numerous things to talk about with mirrors here. There's 3 mirrors. The first one goes here. This is by Glass Earth, who generously said, hey, we'll provide you a moss feature art piece. I have to actually go and confirm this with her still yet, so I don't oversell it here, but what I want to do is have a mirror with moss built into it. So that'll be above this Japanese or a ramp sink that's here. And then there's the infinity mirror ceiling here. That's what we were talking about earlier, 1-way mirror, 2-way mirror, light gets in, can't get out. And then we also have this whole wall as a plexiglass mirror. Again, we're just trying to make this small space feel as big as possible. All right, those mirrors.
Question from the audience. So Christine Osborne wants to know, how tall are you, Kenton? It's a good question.
Yes.
So I'm 6'4", and I think it's really funny because as a tiny house guy, I get asked that all the time. People always think it can't be done, and absolutely can be done. You have to plan your space very, very tightly. But if you do the math and you do your research, you can fit in a tiny house even as a 6'4" guy.
Awesome. Next question. This one is from Ken McLeod. How is the floor insulated and underside protected from road debris?
Ooh, fantastic question. I'm really glad you asked that. So, number one complaint in a tiny house in Canada, cold floor. And that's because people are taking the tiny house model from the States and trying to bring it to Canada. And a lot of the tiny houses in the States are just slapped on top of a metal trailer frame. And then they try to insulate a subfloor on top of it. And that cold metal touches your floor, passes through your subfloor studs, and then chills your floor. Doesn't work here. You need to use an insulation on the underside of the house and prevent the metal, that is your trailer frame, from becoming cold. Use it to stabilize your house temperatures instead of trying to work against it. So even if you do not like spray foam, and some people do not like different types of insulation for their various reasons, and I really believe people re-educating in terms of pros and cons, and efficiency, and getting the best products in the industry you can. But spray foam, if you can use it in just one location, would be on the underside of the trailer.
All right, got another question. Are there different kinds of composting toilets?
Tons. There's actually quite a few different kinds of alternative toilets. We don't always use just composting. I, of course, push for composting. So the one I have in my tiny house is called the Nature's Head. But we have actually the brand new Separate Tiny. They specifically made a composting toilet for van lifers and tiny housers.
That was from Terry. Hey, Terry. I got another question from a girl I know in real life. Hi, Dee. Will this have 2 rooms like on top? So she's wondering about the floor plan.
No 2 rooms. And the reason why we don't want to have 2 rooms is we're giving this house away and we don't know who to. So when you have a loft system, not everyone likes that for mobility issues, safety. I mean, I think a ladder's kind of cool, but not everyone does. And rise and run on stairs, you can quickly get into something illegal to try to get it into a tiny house. So we stayed with 1 level, used the gooseneck, so that whoever gets this house loves it.
It's a little bit flexible in the back area though, right? Like with the kind of the office space.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a second room, but not like officially like
Yeah.
a second room.
And you'll see more about that.
Awesome. Keep on going.
Awesome, thanks for your question, guys. Keep them coming. All right, so we step out the bathroom door, and there is still this hallway here. It's not very wide, and you hit a door right here, exactly here. You step to that, and you are in the master bedroom. It really is the only bedroom. I mean, we got a bed that works in the living room area, but the master bedroom is very special. It has a few key features. So the first thing I'm going to mention is that it is not just a bedroom, it's an office, and it's also our concert space. So let me get through those as I kind of take you around the room. So as a bedroom, you need a cabinet system. You need a place to store your clothes. Kitchen Craft not only is providing our amazing kitchen, they're also providing us with a cabinet system right here. So that holds our utility cabinet, that's our SolArc inverter and Fortress lithium-ion batteries. Huge thanks to BayWa for making the design of the off-grid system come together and work and choosing such amazing products and pulling these companies together. So we have this house entirely off-grid and state-of-the-art. So that all goes down here, is installed by Hannes Electrical. Up on here, the rest of the cabinet system, that is your clothes. There's a bit of an open shelving system in the corner, and then that turns into our Murphy bed. So the Murphy bed, if you're not familiar with Murphy beds, this was one of the ones that drops down from the wall. So that allows the whole thing to be streamlined with the cabinetry, so you don't even know that there's a bed in here. But when you pull that down, you've got a nice big double bed now, and you reveal a window, and making the space seem even bigger. You then can fold this back up. Now on the underside of the bed, there's actually a desk. So there's actually a built-in desk that pivots, so when it lays flat, everything on the desk stays still. And you have a spot to sit, do your office work. Lastly, the whole wall here folds down. So we got the screen here, you can see the reverse image of the projector. But you know what, I almost wonder if we just move this so we can open up and you really get a feel for it. We'll grab a helper. Hey June, all right, hey Joe, you're here. Can I just pass this to you? Sure, thank you. You got it? And that's Joe of Sun Coast Enclosures. They're amazing. They're actually doing our screen system. And let's talk about that. Because now we just opened up this space, and that's kind of exactly where this screen system goes. So there is a double screen system that gets mounted to the walls here. One screen is here, and it has a bug screen. So that allows this whole thing to close, and your office and bedroom can be an open air bedroom and office. Pretty phenomenal. There's also a drop-down projector screen, and that allows us to have this extra space to augment the concert events. We can do a reverse projection, so someone could stand on the stage and not block the light, or we could actually put a projector outside to get even a stronger image for shining onto it. Now, that brings us to the last thing that this area is that this is indeed the concert space. So we have the whole wall drop down. You've got a little bit of an awning to protect you from the elements, and we can deliver a drive-up concert event from the back of this house. Whew.
There's some more questions.
Give it. Come
All
on,
right.
lady.
Okay, more questions.
More
so, wondering about the color scheme of the house.
Okay.
From Christine.
Okay. Christine's wondering about the color scheme. So we definitely wanted to go with more of a minimalist and modern decor in here. So we actually have a high gloss, super thin ceiling that has a slight reflectiveness to it, making the space feel even bigger. We've got white cabinetry, but we also have a mix of some black cabinetry. A black forest is what the core color is called. We also have a couple samples I can show you of the materials being used in the house, including the fabric. So I think it's called Frank Petrol
Ooh, that'd be
1407.
nice.
I gotta show it to you. It's like a teal velvet, and so that's on the couch. And we're actually using that color a few times through the house for inspiration. So we have an acrylic panel system that will match it, and there's a few other features that will have it. So black, white, teal, and then we also have a herringbone pattern in the floor. We have a vinyl flooring from Stellar Flooring. We'll share with you later because it has to get installed, and we'll do another video later on that.
It's gorgeous. I got more questions. So, talk about the Murphy bed. Does it have like hydraulics so anyone can pull it down?
It is a Richelieu system. It does not have hydraulics. So all those Murphy beds, they do have a bit of weight to them. I know, but how it pivots is critical, so that you can actually have anyone still operate it. This is not a clunky system where all the weight is on you as you pull it back and it can fall back on you.
So it's safe. You don't have to worry about it too much.
Yeah,
okay.
you don't worry.
All right, you don't have to worry about it. All right. Okay, there's another question here. How's the overall weight distribution on the trailer? Is everything installed on one side? What will this cause issues when driving down the road? Thanks, Jessica.
Jessica Watts. I know Jessica. She's a long-term fan of the show. Thank you, Jessica, for the great question. So, Jessica, we actually planned very strategically around this. So we have the windows, which are heavier, more on this side, and we also have our water tanks more on this side. However, more of the house gets mounted on that side in terms of the kitchen and in terms of that Murphy bed. So there has been that calculation that's gone into weight distribution. I also chose a gooseneck trailer very specifically for the extra allowances with weight distribution. Where the wheels are placed and that the weight is shared with the towing vehicle differently gives you way more flexibility in how the weight is put on the trailer.
Sweet. And Kelly, I just wanted to say you sound really cool because you said you'd probably do neighborhood movies with that screen if you won the house.
Oh yeah, 100%. We'll have some movie parties while we're going across the country with this thing.
And shout out to Matt because he says, Jessica rules. So
All right, guys. Well, there's the grand tour. I mean, there's always more things that we can show you. Keep firing us your questions down below. I'm going to let the crew members of our team take you about and talk a little bit on camera while I go eat some food and have a drink.
Should we just go down there and hang? Oh, Kat has to leave.
Bye,
Catherine.
Catherine.
Bye-bye.
See you later.
So Catherine, our social media manager, plays basketball for Nate on the women's basketball team. So you should have it. This weekend is their final game. I think it's the end of season. Anyways, catch the college basketball for local athletes. There we go. Plug.
Yeah. There's actually one last area we haven't showed you guys, and that is the roof. It is a little bit sketchier to get up there, but I would be willing to take the cameras one at a time myself and go on up.
I guess we should ask if we could get a whole bunch of thumbs up to make Kenton go on the roof.
Yeah, should Kenny go on the roof?
Should Kenton go on the roof?
Give us a thumbs up.
Show you.
Do you want to see the solar panels? Let's do this.
Yeah, I think
Oh,
we
I don't
should.
see. I
Oh,
don't see any.
How big of a? Well, it might be like a little bit of delay.
Oh,
But what kind of a truck? Whoa!
Whoa,
yeah.
whoa,
whoa!
we got some mics, we got some mics.
Everyone's saying yes. Go on the roof. Go on the roof. Yeah.
All right.
Before we go on the roof, what kind of truck has to pull this rig? That's
Oh,
a
okay.
good question.
Great question. Everyone always wants to know the technical stuff about trucks. I
Yeah.
can't give you overly specific advice because you do need to actually have someone take a look at what you're hauling. You need to know the distribution, how much the axle system you have underneath you, how much weight you're carrying. I would recommend for this house a 1 ton, and it would not be a bad idea to have that as a 1 ton dually.
Okay.
Actually, on that note, this project is, as we've been sharing with the audience over and over again, is fully sponsored. And there is still yet an opportunity for a sponsor to come on board to help this house get across the country. Nikki is working diligently behind the scenes, and so is some of the other team members on researching up a truck sponsor. So if you know someone who does hot shutting services, a semi company, or might be willing to lend a truck, or give us a truck. I mean, we won't say no if you give us a truck. That is an area of the project which we still need help with. Okay, good question. Good question.
Hey, it looks like you're going on the roof now.
Yeah. I gotta go on the roof now. There's a lot of thumbs up set up.
When are you going to answer the previous questions?
Oh, there's still a few more previous questions to answer. We'll do that right after this. We'll take you on the roof, bro. Camera number 1. There's camera number 2. We still got going. Here we go, guys. So, here's our ladder system. I don't want to ask the students to go up, but I will ask one of them to hold the ladder while I go up, and I will show you the system up there.
Ankita,
Come on,
we'll
please,
need
come on.
your.
Do you want to just put your feet at the bottom of the ladder, come on? Or, happy? Thank you. Oh, wait, here we go. Are you ready?
Yeah,
I
you
don't
need to
know.
sing your song, Kenton. That's what they're saying on Facebook.
Oh, what?
Shows the theater feature.
So we have 5 panels up here. These are 455 watts each from Long Life Solar. And you'll notice that they are mounted.
What
to
about
the roof.
another camera?
I will come and grab that camera.
Okay.
You guys gotta wait for this camera. I gotta get to the. Wait. Here we I feel like we got, here we go. Camera by camera. How inception is this? All right, here we go. So we've got here, guys, the 5 panels from Long Guy Solar. They are 450 watts each for a 2.3 kilowatt solar system.
Oh, yeah.
I just finished moving one of the panels around, so we had room for our flue pipe to come through the roof. You can actually see where it's gonna go. It's not drilled through yet. And way on the other side, there's a little stuff to show you, but I'm not gonna clamber over all that to get there. There's not much to see, it's just the little last peak of the roof. That is where we're actually getting a roof stage installed. So think like a deck on top of the house. And this is gonna allow us at our drive-up events to have even a better vantage point to put our musicians. By the way, we are partnering with Curbside Concerts. They are a phenomenal, cool company that is putting musicians back in business through the hard times that we've all been through. Making sure that they still have their occupation, going into people's backyards and on the side of curbs, delivering their music to the people. And so they have an amazing network of musicians, and they are going to be giving us 3 musicians at every city that we go to sample the flavor of each city. All right, that's a little bit about the roof stage, a little bit about the roof. Thank you, Monarch Exterior Centers, for this standing seam metal roof. You rock. I'm going down the camera now, 1 camera at a time. Camera number 1.
Oh, do the solar panels need protecting when you're going down the road?
No, they do not. So someone just asked, do the solar panels need protecting while you go down the road? No, they do not. I also tried to start answering something else here. I wanted to show you how they're mounted. Do you see these little bases? Actually, I gotta grab the other camera again. There's problems here with camera operation.
There's another question too, is do you need to do any maintenance on those solar panels ever?
Nope, no maintenance on the solar panels. So here we go. Got both cameras up here again, guys. I just want to show you these bases. This is how we hold the solar panels to the roof. And these are from Roof Tech. And what I love about them is they're DIY friendly. They're incredibly strong. They can handle up to 180 kilometer winds plus. And they, as you noticed, don't have a rail. They grab directly to the solar panels. So that allows us to reduce our weight, reduce how much metal and aluminum we're doing, but also when you're doing an install putting solar on your roof, you don't need to have a huge truck deliver these massive rails that all your solar panels install to. You get a box of these bases and you get your panels, and that's it. It's a pretty phenomenal technology. Hope you guys enjoy this. Laura Jensen, you are rocking the great questions. Oh, we got more questions. How will you clear the snow off the solar panels? Well, thankfully we got a black roof that'll assist, but we also have a spot. So I'm gonna lift the cameras here again. Give me 1 sec. I'm gonna go on the ladder here a little higher. Whew. All right, so there's a spot right here that I'm pointing to where we have an extendable ladder with claws at the end, hook onto a bar that goes in between those two panels. So you actually can get up on top of the roof very easily, both to service your flue pipe, but also to, I guess, have a cool spot to go up there and lay down if you want to, but clear off your solar panels. So nice middle point for sitting on your roof, doing anything you gotta do up there. Great questions, guys, loving them. Any other ones I'm seeing? No, I don't see anything else yet. I'm coming down for the ladder now. Passing down. And camera 2. So many details. Thank you, Christine. It has been quite a journey of planning. Thankfully, we have many awesome people on board this team, right from early days. Huge shout out to Kyle, who's a manager here at Electric Horsepower.
Low
We sat
battery
down and we
mode.
started designing this house, oh gosh, a year and a half ago. And a massive thanks to Erin of Ardra Drafting and all of her help with getting the design of the house where we want it to be. And then we've got so many tradespeople. We got Ryan from Oxbow Plumbing, we got Matthew from Pennis Electrical, and we also have Trevor from Baywa. So huge thanks to all of our tradespeople. There's ones I haven't even mentioned yet. Yeah, there's so many people on board this project who have made the house get where it is. Okay, I've talked for too long now. I'm gonna grab a beverage and some food.
Yeah, let's go get some nudes, man.
Yes, with some nudes. So if you guys want to keep on joining us, we're going to have a slideshow. We'll put up the slideshow, you can kind of see some of the pictures. And we'll also have the students maybe grab the cameras and talk to Cal and answer any other questions or show you other details on the house you want to see. I got it. Oh yeah, I have to go back up. There we go. That works. Ish. Close-ish. And there we go. There's Matthew of Hannes Electrical. Putting our rough-ins. There's installing our window. I'm going to stop talking now.
We could talk to Joe.
इधर रख दिया.
Which one? This one is the food. Okay, that's the and then that's the
Okay.
Oh, no.
Yes. Yeah. Usually that's never wrong.
I know, Laura, right? That siding is something else. Is the hot water propane? Yes, it is, Joan. Great question. Whether it still be hot enough to eat? Spring roll is lukewarm right now, I'm not gonna lie. Good question, Jessica. When are the videos starting? So right now, and here you can see the filming team at their craft. We are looking at a 3 to 4 week window for episode 1 release. However, it does totally depend on on my filming team. They've got a lot of footage to review, and they're working hard behind the scenes. This is like a half-time job for them. So huge thanks to my DMIT team. We should have gotten them up on camera here too, actually, but they were behind cameras.
Alright, should I show them our should we show them our dinner?
Go ahead.
The tofu is, yes, vegetarian. Okay, we have to show you our dinner that we got from Oodle Noodle. So yummy. We got banana spring rolls, regular spring rolls, Kung Pao chicken, Kenton's dishing up, and then we have a tofu noodle dish as well, and we got some pop from them. So, wow.
And Gimbal's on the phone don't work that great.
Oh.
You guys gotta come over too. You know, getting the same experience. We're just showing off our Oodle Noodle. Thank you guys. Oodle Noodle, you rock. Thank you for keeping my team fed. Good deal. Them already took off. They ate. They're introduced. Some of them are a little camera shy. They didn't want to come on camera. I see Joe over here nodding his head. I'm not going to put the camera on Joe. I'm going to show his legs. This is the legs of Joe from Rooftop. Or not that Joe. Suncoast. We got too many Joes. We got three Joes on the project now.
That's crazy. There's a question about, can we have a volunteer day?
Ooh. Now that would be interesting. Now, one way you can volunteer, guys, is actually through the concert events. So, I'm going to just tilt that one up. Here's the little stick there. So,
wow. Whoa. Hello.
Hello. Trying to operate too many cameras, eh, Nikki?
Seriously.
So, the way you can be a part of the show, there's two main ways. Well, three actually. Social media is huge for us. We really appreciate your guys' comments, liking, following. We really do take it to heart. We're putting our heart and souls into this. And just to get a little extra love on social media, share, a like, does mean a lot to us. So that's number one. Number two is financial support. This whole project is done through donation. At the end of the day, we still have to buy some things, glue and screws and bits and pieces. I'm making my money kind of count towards making the project happen here and there. But at the end of the day, we've had some people come through with even just $5 sometimes makes a difference, huge difference. We've had someone give $300 just so we could buy our cooktop. So again, sometimes there's an issue finding sponsors for one thing or another, and we really appreciate your support. The way you can support us financially is through Ko-fi.com. So if you go to, oh gosh, what would be the best place for them to find our Ko-fi link?
On our regular website?
You look up the Tiny House Master Plan, you'll find us. We also have a link which is in our bio on Instagram, which will take you to it. And that's a great way for you to be involved in terms of supporting the project. We really do appreciate it. The third way, if you want to volunteer, and we got a volunteer day, is actually for the concert events. So we're doing 11 different concerts in 11 different cities, and we would love to have you there. Whether you want to come and join as a participant and you're sitting in your car and enjoying some live music, like why not? Or if you want to actually be a volunteer. The events are run through volunteers. Volunteers get a dinner, they get to enjoy the event for free, and it's a great way for you guys to be involved. So if you're interested, reach out to the contact form on the tinyhousemasterplan.com, and we'll send you an intake form to see if you're a match. Good question.
Yeah, we've got so many cities, like any city, if you live, like the Montreal people, Vancouver people. I'd love to have you.
Nikki, I really look up to you, you know that?
Yeah, I know.
It's not very often.
This is the only time. When you're 6'4". Don't bring up that often.
Thank you. You noticed I was eating with my fingers, right? Very observant. Thank you, Nikki.
Okay, what cities?
Okay, what city? Oh, wait, here we go. Let's tell you about the tour.
This should be like, actually, that should be a question for us, if we can actually name all the cities. Because I feel like you know all the cities off the top of your head. Okay, if I was gonna try and do it, alright, it starts in Calgary, then it goes to Kamloops, then it goes to Burnaby, maybe, those might be out of order, then to Vancouver, then there's a little break, and you back to Edmonton, right? Okay, then after that, we head out east, Oh my gosh. This is where I get
You
lost.
really put yourself on the spot.
I know I did. Because let's see. Winnipeg. I think we're sticking Saskatchewan, right?
No,
Is there
Saskatoon.
right? Okay,
You're in
Saskatoon.
Saskatoon.
Saskatoon. Then.
I'm really excited about that. Let me give you a little bit of details on each one because there's something about each one that's special. So we were going to go to Canada, so we actually moved it, and we're going to actually go visit my good friends in Vernon, Summit Tiny Homes. I've taught 2 workshops at their facility before, and we're not sure how long I'm going to be involved yet, but I specifically want to stop just to go and visit my good friends who are at a construction company building tiny homes. So that is our stop there, and we do a concert event. Then we go to Vancouver, and there's actually a small home expo that's going to be going on, and we're going to see about collaborating with them to get a house at their show. They're pretty excited about. And then with Calgary, by the way, which was the first stop before Vernon, we're at Saint. So we're literally at their facilities with a big bay door. We'll have the house half parked out of it and delivering a concert event from their construction lab. So I mean, it's going to be cool. I'm very excited about that one. And then we go to Saskatoon, and with Saskatoon, I've gone there 4 different times now to be to help teach high school kids how to build a tiny house. They have a shop teacher at Nutana Collegiate who literally built a tiny house over the year with his students. Just mind blowing. Can you imagine building a tiny house as part of your schooling in high school?
So what they do with that?
They actually they sell it to someone who buys it as is what it is, and they get it for the cost of materials. So they're building tiny homes for a ridiculously cheap price. Anyway, just phenomenal. So Lieutenant Collegiate, you can look them up. I'm very excited to collaborate with them on our stop in Saskatoon. Yeah.
That's awesome.
But then we go, keep going across the country. We got Winnipeg, we got Ottawa, we got Toronto, we got Riverview. It was going to be Moncton, but then the town of Riverview actually, it's not confirmed yet, so I better not say we have it for sure. But the city actually wants to buy us out to run the concert event for the public for free. So stay tuned on that one, and who knows, maybe another city will want to jump on board.
Yeah, this is something we're trying to. Thank you, Riverside. I know no one is watching from there right now.
Riverview.
I keep calling them Riverdale. But that's a TV show. So, Riverview. Yeah, you guys are amazing. The city Parks and Rec and Public Planners, awesome job. So, because of that, I'm able to talk to other cities and see if there might be grant money or funding. So, anyhow, that's what they're working on is festival grant and seeing if that's an options for other places as well.
So that's New Brunswick, and then we also hit up Halifax. Now that leads us, you know, you're wondering, where the heck was Edmonton in that list? I mean, we're building this house in Edmonton, we're gonna have a show in Edmonton, right? Well, yeah, we are. It's gonna be the grand finale. So we actually have the Edmonton Expo providing us a space, and August 26th, we're gonna run our grand finale event at the Edmonton Expo. So stay tuned, guys. We are organizing these events right now. We just actually launched 1 or 2 of our Eventbrite for it. They're hidden because we are getting people to proofread it and double check everything before we launch to the public. But you will see them all very shortly. Make sure to get on the newsletter. Go to the tinyhousemasterplan.com website. It's how you win the house. If you're on the newsletter, you'll find out about the concerts, the workshops, all of it.
Awesome. We have a, looks like we have a fan from Montreal. I would love to say your name, but I cannot.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, yes, yeah, Miyoko. So there's a story there too. I actually went and visited her temple when I was in Montreal. So she is a monk who runs a monastery. And she gave us a donation to help build the house. And I gotta say, like, just sometimes the random community efforts that come through and people, so bless you, thank you very much for your support. And indeed, we are shopping in Montreal. I forgot that on the list. Montreal is in there.
Do you want Coke or Sprite?
I will take my water. I don't know where my water went. It's got my name on it. Actually, yeah, grab me my water bottle. I gotta mention something about that
Yeah,
water.
you can grab mine. I'll grab mine. Oh, jeez.
This is what happens when you're on a rolling cart. First injury of the season. It's on a hydraulic too. I'm slowly gonna sink again. Yeah, I'm doing it.
You want to get another chair?
No, it's fine. I want this one that kills me.
Nikki, you, Coke.
I'll drink water right now too. Yeah, thank you.
Thanks again. to Soul and Harvest for their meeting for that evening. It's a fantastic celebratory beverage. It's delicious. So thank you very much for supporting us. And I'm really happy about this one. This is a really exciting connection. We have Earth Group sponsoring us, providing us our water and coffee for the project. Now, what I love about this is they give a good deal of their proceeds that they make, the profit, to projects in other countries to help other people. So I'm just amazed at what they're doing as a company and what they're about. So this is a 100% recyclable water bottle. It's fantastic for just using as a water bottle. So thank you, Earth Group, for your water. I'm getting every person who shows up on site to write their name on their bottle, so I have a bottle of every single person who touches and works in the project. So kind of a little cool thing with the project to show it, and then one big wall of water bottles.
I love that. I like that it's metal and you don't get like plastic in your water.
Yeah, I do too.
Super cool.
You guys admire my whiteboard, by the way? I'm not sure if you saw that. We had fun making this the other day and mounting it to the hoist and crane system.
All right, should we do that?
Draws number 2. Absolutely, we should. What do we got left to give away? We gave away one of the hats today. And we had how many t-shirts? 10?
No, we had 2 t-shirts and 2 hats.
Oh, we totally gave more than 2 t-shirts away.
We had 2 t-shirts, or 3
3
t-shirts
t-shirts.
to give
I
away.
gave away all the t-shirts already.
All the t-shirts.
So we got one more hat, so let's go ahead and give a hat away. Let's give a hat away to someone who's asked a question through the chat.
Okay.
So let's go ahead. Nikki's gonna do a random draw through the chat.
Somebody asked, did you get the new haircut?
Oh, I think you noticed. This is South Weekend.
Okay. I don't know if, well, actually, you know who I think would be great to give.
We've got some people ask a lot of questions actually.
Okay.
And some of them are not there in Nikki because you started late on YouTube.
Yeah, all right.
They should be on that board over there.
Okay, let's do this one right there.
Okay. So D Genghis.
D. Genghis, you get a hat.
You have a hat. We're happy to find out what we can do after this. Remember, write down his name, D Genghis. We'll reach out to you and make sure we get this hat to you. We also have one final giveaway. And this giveaway I'm going to give to someone. It could be someone watching now. But it could be also someone who's been watching the live stream after the point. So not everyone could be here tonight. So I'm going to be giving away a complimentary online ticket to my tiny house workshop, which is a price of $300 value. So I will be giving that away on Monday. I'm just going to jump onto the live streams and I'm going to go pick my favorite comment. So that encourages anyone who's still watching now. I love humor, I love jokes, I love good questions. So feel free to add a comment on the live stream here, even if it's after the point. And on Monday, I'll be giving away a spot to the workshop.
Cool. Some of our favorite people, Christine, Jessica, Dee, Kim, they asked more questions and a few about that living wall, so it seems like we've got a few more questions to answer.
Okay. Well, Christine answers, who are your helpers? Many. I mean, you saw us tonight. There are so many. A huge thanks to Joe, who's here tonight, who doesn't want to be on camera.
He'll come be on camera.
He's been on camera. You'll see him in the show. He came a couple times to help me out install some of the sidings, so you'll see him around. Lots of people at the end of the day. I am not afraid to ask for help. You'll see that through the whole show, one way or another. I'm never afraid to ask. What's the worst that's going to happen? You gotta know, right? All right. Have you ever thought working with people to help families? Oh, that's an interesting question. Yeah, actually, at the end of the day, actually, I'm extremely motivated to help people. At the end of the day, I teach. I'm doing this project to reach more people about sustainable education. So yes, I believe our education system didn't do the greatest job of preparing us for life. I had to seek out how to build a house, how to grow food outside of my official schooling, and that knowledge changed my life. It changed my relationship with my world, and that's why I'm doing this show. It's so we can reach more people. Teach them, inspire them, and educate them about construction, design, life design, home design, and community. So yes, I do think about families all the time, actually.
okay.
For sure. How long has it taken to do the house so far? Good question. From point of conception, like idea, it was in last year in the fall. The house trailer we received in January, a little over a year ago. And then from there, we've been slowly building. The thing about building a tiny house is extremely intricate. There's so many details that you can see that go into planning a house, and when you have less space, it actually makes it harder. When you film that, you double your timelines. So we finished the shell in less than 6 months. Then we took a break from season 1. Feel free to go watch the episodes of season 1. They're on the YouTube channel. There's 33 episodes, which include tours of my house, tours of others' tiny houses, and, of course, the episodes around building of this one. Season 2 now is starting up right away, and we've had the house since January again. So we are looking forward to getting to the finishing, because that's next. Plywood goes inside, and we got lots of cool sponsors to showcase and feature. Okay, wouldn't a living wall make the home too humid? Great question, Christine. The answer is possibly. With a tiny house, you are quite correct. Numerous plants will increase the humidity. This is why I highly recommend a heat recovery ventilator. So we have a Blauberg from Product Air. Go check out their website, Canadian-based company, and the Blauberg is one example of a heat recovery ventilator. Now, this unit basically pushes air inside and outside of the house, balancing moisture levels, recovering your heat, and ensuring you're not breathing in all of the things inside your house that are off-gassing. So whether that's your paint, your clothes, whether that's the smells coming out of your bathroom or your kitchen, the heat recovery ventilator helps ensure you always have fresh air. So, great question. We'll be okay.
Okay, I gotta tell this joke that someone from the audience said, because it's funny. They said, your house is so small, when you drop a Kleenex, you got wall-to-wall carpet. That's from Cal Vast Gaming, so thanks for the joke.
We have a hot contender for our tiny house workshop right there, that's for sure. All right. How did installation, DS, how did installation process work for the back panel? You mean the back of the black paneling, there we go, sorry. Didn't quite read your question right. So the installation process for the paneling is actually really cool to teach you. I'll do it right now. Give me 1 second. Samples. Sponsors give me samples. This makes my life so much easier. So this is the same black paneling that you saw, and this is the quick panel system. Now the quick panel system comprises of top plates, which hide all of your back plates. So your back plates are actually what are going to hold the panels. There's usually a silicone that you apply, and when these clip in, that hold it on. So you really have a 3-step process. First, you install the back plates. Second, you cut your panels and you put them in. And then 3, you snap in all of your top caps. And this one, I want to slide in because I don't want to wreck it. I just slam it in. So there you go, great question. If you want to see it, there it is without any of the top caps or the back panel. That's it looks like I'm really busy. They're just trying to show off all the different kinds of pieces that can go behind the wall. And they've color coded it all.
Oops.
So very, very cool system. Very precise, very nice and clean looking, very lightweight, very strong, and all this aluminum is 100% recyclable. So again, we chose this company with that specifically in mind. Great question.
I would like to apologize. One of our viewers left a comment and said, I have to leave, but I'm hoping to make a donation, and I was gonna like it, and I deleted it by accident.
Oh no!
Apologies.
We lost it, John. Please come back. Well, guys, I think that is more
Robert
or less
Kenwood.
So we've got 5 minutes left for our live wrap up here. There are a few questions which didn't get answered from the very beginning, and we can see if maybe we can find another prize or two to give away too.
Oh, did we give away all our meals? We have so
We
many
have
meals.
meals.
We have so many meals to
Perfect.
give away.
Perfect. And we really wanted to reward the people for submitting the contact forms for the questions for the show. Thank you. So let's go ahead and answer these last few questions. Donna, if you could redo one design thing by magic, so no huge labor effort or expense, what would you change? Redo one part. What would we redo?
How?
There's not a whole lot I could honestly.
What about the structure? Like the aluminum could be stronger, so we wouldn't have to like do so much engineering for the roof. I don't know.
I mean, it could have been. We did have to do some last minute engineering to support the roof deck. We got there just in time before we spray foamed, so it all worked out still. So yeah, maybe we could have done a little bit more with changing the framing up in the beginning. But really, there's nothing yet. But you know what? Let's find out. Let's take along for the journey, and we'll see by the end of the construction process when the house is built. Alex said, "Is there a rule of thumb, structurally, for how many windows you should put in a tiny house?" He's from Vancouver. Well, that is a great question, and unfortunately, I cannot give you a flat answer. It depends a lot on your climate, where you're living in the world, how much sun is coming through your windows, your extreme temperature swings, how the house is built, what internal heat sources there are. There are actually engineers who go through a lot of effort to give you an exact, precise calculation of how many BTUs you should have for heating inside your house. That said, I can give you some general rules of thumb. If your house is well engineered, it is a very smart idea to take advantage of passive solar orientation. This means you have to understand where is the sun coming from, how's it move across the sky, how do you stop the sun during the hot times of the year and let it in during the cold. We're talking about awnings here, we're talking about landscaping areas, there's so many things that can come into place. But at the end of the day, you want the south side of your house to have the most number of windows, the east side of your house to then be the second most important side for windows, to help warm up for the morning. Cautiously use windows on the west side of the house, because that's the setting side and your house is already warm from the day, and minimize, if not eliminate, your northern windows. I said it with a caveat because northern windows are really nice. They allow you to have an extra breezeway if they're operable, carry that whole way through the house, but also open up the space more. So I'm not going to tell you don't put on a north window, but you will never ever get heat back from a north facing window. You will always lose the heat.
Question. So here's another question to answer from Robert Kenwood. He said, the space under the floor in the back, will this be storage? Did you talk about that on the tour?
I did not actually. So yes, there are 6 hatches which allow us undersized storage. So we have a ladder system which slides in there and slides together. That goes in one spot, and the rest, and the stairs also for getting to the front door. All the other hatch spots are for storage. So people can store whatever they want in here. Clementine says, I live in PNW. My partner and I are hoping to build our own tiny house on our budget allows. We love to incorporate solar panels into our build, but we only want to invest if it makes sense. Would you say our amount of cloudy sunlight still makes for an efficient source of power for our home? Vancouver. Ooh.
That's a good question from Vancouver.
Great question. Vancouver is very cloudy. Solar panels, if you're trying to live off-grid, is a challenge, particularly in a tiny house. I can tell you this because my entire roof surface on my 28-foot-long tiny house is solar panels, and I have an additional 3 panels on the wall. It's a 3-kilowatt solar system, and in sunny Alberta, it allows for 1 to 2 people to live inside that house without needing any supplementary power. Could you put my tiny house in Vancouver and operate the same way? No. So you might need external solar panels if you want to have a fully off-grid system, or manage your power different than I did. It is extremely lean and light. I have an AC fridge, and I do not change my behavior much in terms of living off batteries. You can always make it work, but can you? And are you going to enjoy that lifestyle? That's another thing altogether. It is. One more minute. I'm going to power through these last 2 questions. Alana, is there any tiny home communities in Calgary, Edmonton area at moment or planned for near future? Are there any other options? Calgary. Ooh, this is a big question. It gets into legalities of tiny homes. Depends on how your house is built. You're already allowed to have a tiny house in Edmonton and in Calgary under different building code names. An auxiliary dwelling unit is the larger name for what it's called. So a garden suite, a garage suite, a laneway house, those are all tiny homes. They're permanent though. If you want to go mobile, you got to go RV. You're only allowed to put anywhere an RV is. And lastly, there's manufactured homes and park models. Again, there are places you're allowed to put those, and places you're not. Edmonton, Calgary, you have ways to have it for sure. Julie, what is expected build completion date? Ah, the $1 million question. It's beginning of May. Approximate giveaway date? We're not telling you. We're just saying after the tour. There's a reason for that, but you'll find out. Can the Stargazer be hooked up to a septic system? I'm sure it could, but we have a composting toilet, so you'd have to do some rentals after the point. Guys, that's it. That's an hour and a half of live questions, conversations, and tours. I'm exhausted. I'm going to eat more food. I hope you enjoyed tonight. Any last comments? Oh, the giveaways. You're right. Here we go. We got to give away some meals. In fact, you know what? I'm going to give away a meal. Kimberly, Shannon, Donna, Alex, Clementine, Alana, Julie. There's 7 meals right there.
I feel like Robert Kenwood could get one from
Yeah.
the YouTube.
Yeah.
And Jan Broussard actually said Oodle Noodle is the best. My go-to place in Edmonton. The guys at Kaplan are the best. So Jan, I think that deserves one from YouTube.
Okay. So we got
Jan Broussard and Robert Kenwood.
Perfect. Robert Kenwood and Jen Broussard.
Broussard, yep.
All right, we're reaching out to you and giving you a coupon from Oodle Noodle. Free
All right,
meals.
girls, I think we all need to get in here and
Yeah.
do a goodbye.
Come on in, guys. I don't know if we all fit in this framing of the video, but come on, guys. We got stickers too. Huge thanks to Oodle Noodle once again for helping sponsor tonight with some food for everybody. School and ingredients as well. All right. Take care, guys.
Oh, just kidding. These stickers are the noodle boxes.
This one, how do you end this? Oh, there we go.
I know, right? Aren't
Stop.
they